The leader of opposition in Parliament, Mathias Mpuuga, responded to the statement government presented last week regarding concerns about human rights violations. Mpuuga held that the government lied to the nation as it took a defensive stand.
We have found his statement to be extremely disparaging, detached, and frosty to the victims and their respective families. It should stand rejected in its inadequate stance, Right Honourable Speaker.
Regarding the disappearance of 18 persons whose cases the government said were never reported to police as required, Mpuuga showed that the relatives of John Bosco Chibalama, who went missing about 3 years ago, reported. This also applied to Dennis Wangolo, who was picked up in the famous Toyota Hiace, codenamed Drones, from Chebandu.
Right Honourable Speaker, a missing person case for Chibalama was reported at Nakanyonyi Police Station under that reference a day after his abduction on June 3rd, 2019.
Mpuuga said records for the individuals are available with the National Identification and Registration Authority (NIRA) to debunk the government's belief that some of the names were fictitious.
I sampled this to tell you, to settle the matter that the victims of disappearance were fictitious, and the prayer you shall make to this House subsequently will be to eventually have occasion to situate and locate the others and confirm their existence, including the video clips I'll submit for the attention of the House.
He pointed at some top government officials like the former Minister for Environment, Ronald Chibule, and the Minister for Lands, Judith Nabakoba, for being complicit in the disappearances or having knowledge about the whereabouts of the missing persons.
During a church service at St. Andrew's Cathedral, Namukozi in Mityana, in the presence of the Archbishop of the Church of Uganda, the Honorable Nabakoba said she was aware of some opposition supporters who were abducted during elections. And when the families of these people approached her at her home in Kalangalo, she was able to secure their freedom, the freedom of the victims from Mukireka SIU. She comes as a very useful witness in establishing the security layers involved in committing these heinous crimes.
He scoffed at the government, saying that the witnesses did not record the number plates of the vehicles which were used to effect the disappearances.
Despite most of the alleged occurrences being reported to have taken in broad daylight, none of the alleged witnesses mentioned the registration number plates of the alleged vehicles involved.
I find totally impractical that the government, as by its statement, expects people to take records of registration number plates in intense circumstances when masked men, gunmen in drones have their fingers ready on the trigger.
His concern is that the security personnel had in any case used the CCTV system to locate some of the suspected protesters, and that this could also be used to trace the perpetrators.
Besides, security is fond of switching registration number plates upon accomplishing their missions. Right Honourable Speaker, this was evident in the tenure of Major General Muzei Sabiti as the Deputy Inspector General of Government, or Inspector General of Police, when his vehicle number plate was switched to a Toyota Hiace drone for an operation. This is the Deputy IGP switching number plate.
The leader of opposition's report also states that there were clues about police truck UP 99917, which the government should use to establish who was involved in the shootings that were carried out during the November 2020 riots.
Therefore, the debate that security does not track its own errant personnel despite the presence of CCTV equipment to do so. The last time we checked on the killer patrol, UP 99917, was stationed at Katwe Police Station in Kampala. The Internal Affairs Minister should be able to effectively use this information.
And that 3 years down the road, the government is yet to compensate the victims, especially those deemed to have been innocent. The report demands the immediate and conditional release of all political prisoners, the establishment of a judicial commission of inquiry, the appointment of a select committee to conduct investigations, and all persons not subject to military law be transferred to civil courts. Jackson Onyango, NTV at Parliament.
I thank you, Right Honourable Speaker.
Can I have silence?